So it is a gloomy gray day today, and I thought it'd be a great time to film. Well, not really, but I wanted to get a video out this week, so here we are. I thought I like swatching videos, but I also like having swatches that I can reference of my art supplies. So earlier I made this little swatch booklet for some of my colored pencils. So these are my Polychromos, my Holbein, and my Colorsoft color pencils that I keep in one case together. And I kind of divided them into like rough color families-ish. Probably could have done a better job, but there's room for, if I add more colors eventually. And I thought I could do one of these little references for all my different materials that I use on a regular basis, and kind of want to keep track of which colors I have and what the colors look like, because sometimes what it looks like on the barrel doesn't look like the actual thing when it comes out. So I'm gonna make another one of these, but I'm going to swatch my Inktense pencils, which I recently got some more. So I had a handful of colors already, and then I found the 24 set on sale, and so I decided to get that, and there were some repeats, so I've put the repeats off in like another little mini sketching kit, and now I have the 24 set, which includes an outliner pencil, so that's not really a color. Plus I have two other colors that I bought open stock that weren't repeats. So I have 25 colors. And some of them are really hard to tell what they're going to look like mustard. I mean, I have swatched these, but mustard, dry and wet, doesn't look like either end of this pencil. So I thought having a little swatch booklet that I can keep nearby, near my desk or whatever, when I'm trying to decide what colors I want to use, might be helpful. So first, put that aside, knock things over, good times. I'm just going to use some of this mixed media paper. I feel like it's a heavy enough weight that I can add water, but thin enough that I can fold it up easily. I feel like watercolor paper would be too thick and kind of unnecessary. So I'm just going to take this edge off. Normally I would use a paper trimmer for this, but I don't feel like going to get it, so we'll just have a perforated edge. Okay, hopefully this folds okay. I'm out of frame, of course, because filming is weird. So this is just your basic, like, one page folded up, like, zine thing that, probably made these in elementary school or something. So I'm sure there are tutorials, and there's probably tutorials of how to make a better one, but this is just quick to serve a purpose. Actually, okay, which way does it sit best? Like, it always is a little messed up. Just kind of force it. I know I do like paper crafting as like one of my main hobbies, but I do a better job than this when I'm doing a proper like mini album or something. I score things and measure things, and anyway, I'm getting a thinner pencil just because I want to keep the writing small. And what I like to do is just number these little pages while it's folded. And then I can open it up and I can start doing the swatches with it flat so that it doesn't like, you know, if I wet these ones and then I go to this page, it's not like smushing it closed, you know? All right, let's see if I can zoom in to get a better view of this setup. Okay, so the way I'm going to swatch them is probably not going to be the order that I have them in, because I sort of usually organize my things in a different way. Because right now they're at the yellow to green and then earth tones and neutrals, which is kind of how a lot of art supplies are arranged when they are put in a color order. But I kind of start with like reddish purples and like dark browns and stuff, and then like reds and pinks, oranges, and, you know, orangey yellows, browns, the brighter yellows, and greens. I don't know. Let me see. What did I do here? Oh, I'm tired. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I guess I had the orange and yellow, brown kind of all together, and then green, and then like bluey green, blue. Okay. It's not that big a deal. I just want to kind of leave enough room so that each color family kind of has a page. So if I end up getting more pencils, they have somewhere to go, you know? I think I'm going to kind of be guessing at which ones go where because I don't want to get my swatches out. I'm making swatches now. I don't need to reference other swatches. Okay, so this one is Shiraz. It's 0600. And now I'm going to do a little dry swatch and a little wet one. One that I'm going to wet. And that way I can have a reference of, because they look very different, wet and dry. So now I have a reference of both depending how I want to use it. Okay. I also think I'll do fuchsia here. Okay, fuchsia is 0700. One I'm considering is like I normally put dark browns in this area, and bark, which is 2000, is very purpley when it's wet, but it's like almost black when it's dry. So I'm going to put it here, but it probably could go elsewhere. And I think that's the thing about a lot of colors is sometimes, you know, there's a lot of color families that they could fit into. I think that might be good for now, because I think chili red I would still put in with reds on the next page. Yeah, because there's more orange in it than violet. Or it's leaning more orange. There's more yellow in it than blue, I suppose, is what one might say if they were good at this. 0500. Yeah. Like I could probably zoom in a bit more even. And we have poppy red, which is 0400. Okay, I think I'll put baked earth in with the reds and oranges here. Maybe even willow, because, oh, I don't know. I mean, with only 25 colors, these pages aren't going to be filled, so I can kind of have room to put them wherever I want. So that one's 1800, and this one is Tangerine 0300. Okay, so maybe Willow on the next page. I feel like it's not quite as red. Yeah. Like it's a brown, but it's a bit more of a neutral brown. More yellowy even. So that's 1900. I think my partner's putting dishes away in the kitchen and is dropping things, so that's fun. Sienna Gold is 0240. This is one of the ones that was not in the 24 set, so it was one that I bought individually. But yeah, you can see, like, I mean, I guess this one kind of resembles the end when it's wet, but it is not really the same as the dry. So if I wanted to use it dry, it's good to know what it actually looks like. And mustard is notorious for that, because it's definitely a brownish mustard, especially when it's dry. It's 1700, but it's like a bit yellower once you wet it. And then sun yellow. It's 0200. And I guess I'll put sherbet lemon in the yellows, even though it leans very green, which I'm kind of obsessed with this color right now. Let's just be honest. It might be part of the reason I bought the set, because the place I was going to get this one as an open stock pencil was out of stock. So is it excessive that I bought a 24 pack, mostly so I could get this one color, which is 0100? You know, maybe it's excessive, but now I also get all these other colors, so who's to say if it's right or wrong? Gotta move over. I'm very bad at being aware of where I am in relation to the camera, which is, yeah, gotta keep an eye on that. So this one is apple green. And it's 1400. And then leaf green, which is also one that I would have got myself. I mean, most of the colors I didn't have already are colors I would have bought anyway. Trying to see if there's any that like I wouldn't have necessarily picked out. I maybe wouldn't have picked out chili red, but I actually quite like it. I probably wouldn't have picked willow, only because I sometimes find like such a basic brown to be kind of boring, but that's a bit mean because browns can be good for things, especially when you're doing landscape stuff. So leaf green is 1600. But I guess like, oh, I didn't wet baked earth. Oh, look at that. But yeah, baked earth is more appealing to me, or mustard, because there's more of like color to them. But So here I have Felt Green 1530, which is one that I picked out individually because I feel like the greens that come not in the 24 set are ones that I like more, generally speaking. Although I do like leaf green, and I do find apple green is useful when you need a bit like of brightness in, you know, summery trees and stuff. And field green. That's 1500. Yeah, this is like not my favorite green, although like it's still, I guess the thing about these kind of, I don't know, primary type colors, I know that's not a primary color, but like you often get a bright green like that in, you know, basic or primary sets of colors. This one is teal green, by the way, 1300. But yeah, I think alongside, like, this was, field green was in the 6 set that I got originally to try them out, which was just basically poppy red, sun yellow, field green, and then bright blue, violet, and black, I think. And those colors together, like, don't really appeal to me. Just like fully saturated rainbow of colors. But alongside other things, you know, I could be persuaded. Okay, now we turn it around and I don't have to worry about folding this over and smudging the wet spots. Okay, so now we have blues. And, oh, this one broke when I was originally swatching it. Okay. So yeah, sea blue 1200. Yeah, all the little like shavings are just because it was breaking. So yeah, I'm finding these little booklets to be handy, and so I'm thinking of making them for other things, like other color pencils that I have, maybe different markers. This one's Deep Indigo 1100. And because I like watching and making swatching videos so much, I might record some of those, because it also kind of is like, I like looking at what colors people have of things. It sometimes gives me ideas of colors that I didn't realize I wanted, which, I mean, I guess that's bad. It's enabling. But it also just sort of sometimes also makes me just appreciate the colors I do have in a new way. Or okay, bright blue 1000. And iris blue 900. Oh, 900. I'm kind of curious what other colors they even have. I'm not that familiar with the whole range. I think I'll stick violet in here too, it's just 0800. But yeah, I should check out some of the other colors. Not that I need more right now. Use these first, see what I feel like I'm missing when I'm actually making stuff. Yeah, like look at the difference of the wet versus dry on that one. Okay. And I think we just have a couple neutral-y type ones left. We have charcoal gray, although if I recall correctly, it kind of has a bit of a greenish undertone when you wet it. So I could have put it with the greens, but I think I'm going to leave room for more greens because I guess I could only fit 3 more. Charcoal gray 2100. What I should have done is I should have put the violet in this section with the grays and blacks because I'm not likely to get a lot of those, but I am likely to want more blues. So, and this one is ink black 2200. Oh, I do like looking at these colors all swatched out like this. It's very visually appealing to me. I think especially because there are a range of slightly more, you know, muted colors, kind of, or at least not so like primary. Antique white 2300. I don't know if it's worth swatching this. I mean, I can kind of see it in person. It's just like slightly yellowish, which I guess is the antique part. And then the last pencil in the set is just the outliner, but I'm not gonna swatch that because I don't really care. It's just a pencil. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what the white is like if I mix it with other ones, so that's something I might try soon. Okay, and then just making a cover. So, gotta pick a color for my text. I mean, the pencils themselves are very dark blue, so maybe I'll go for like just this blue. So I need these to dry a bit more, and then I can fold it up and have a little reference, but I guess for now I can roll these guys up. So, have my little color swatch booklet. Yeah, so this is going to be handy. I'll just sort of keep it next to my desk, and when I'm working with my Inktense pencils, I can just grab it and see, you know, like which green is it that I like? Do I like felt green or field green? You know, because they look very similar in the like on the pencil. So this will be very convenient. And yeah, sometimes it's like I don't remember, you know, what kind of undertone it has when it's wet versus dry or something like that. So I think it's handy especially for this, but I still think that like it's good even just for regular colored pencils because again, sometimes the color on the outside is not the same. And it's also good if I, you know, I'm going to the art store with the intention of looking for new pencils, I can kind of just take this with me and see what I have. All right, I'd like to thank you for watching, joining me on this little casual swatching video. And I look forward to similar videos in the future, as well as other things. Who knows? Anyway, I will talk to you soon. Bye.